Every superfan dreams of having that ultimate collectible. Well, we're about to make those dreams come true. This is Superfan Builds.
I'm Tim Baker. I've been a master builder and prop maker in film and television for 25 years. If you can dream it, we can build it. There's nothing my crew and I can't make at Tim Baker Creations.
So this week we're doing something extra special.
Okay.
We're teaming up with the folks from Prank It Forward to surprise a truly deserving Star Wars
A Star Wars
superfan.
build. Awesome.
Are you familiar with the 501st?
Yeah.
So they're a group that goes out into the community, does lots of charity work, and they build their own costumes and just spread Star Wars love.
Right.
So Corey nominated his fellow 501st member, Ray, as the ultimate Star Wars superfan.
Okay.
Let's take a look at his video.
Hi, Superfan Builds. My name is Corey Leeper, and I want to nominate my friend Ray Choi of the 501st Legion as the biggest Star Wars superfan. He's built 9 costumes from the movie, spending thousands and thousands of his own dollars. But the great part about Ray is that he's taken those costumes and he volunteers to bring his love of Star Wars to children from all around the world. Ray is such a great heart. I nominate him as the biggest Star Wars superfan.
For this week's Superfan, we're going to build a Han Solo carbonite coffin coffee table. I can get a pre-made coffin that's not finished, and I can take it apart and do modifications. By using a real coffin to start off with, we know that it'll actually fit any specifications that are needed, so they really can use it if they want to. They've got to have to be a die-hard fan, no pun intended. I'll build a new top that'll be the Han Solo coming out. We'll have the side panels light up the way they're supposed to. I may resculpt the head a little bit and try and make it look like the person that we're giving it to. That should be kind of fun. Top will come off, hang on the wall, and then we can use the bottom part as a coffee table. I was able to get a full-size coffin. It's unfinished. I'm going to rebuild the top, so I won't be needing this one. I'll be making the lid out of 1/2-inch plywood. Then I'll cut out the sections for the panels, and Han sculpt will go on top of that. Well, I'm working on the side panels. There's basically 2 types. The one that lights up, that's the one that Princess Leia comes in and turns off. And the other ones are basically the same. There's just slight differences, but I can make the base design, make a mold of it, cast it 7 times, make those little detailed changes. So I'm really only making 2 panels. From the master, Shawnee will create 7 of the 8 panels.
Got the mold poured last night. We used Smooth On Rebound 25, and it's ready to come apart. The master mold is coming out really nice. We'll be able to run our multiples and then do the different variations, the detail work that makes them different from each other. I get to do some pipe cutting, and I've been sanding up some of the porosity and irregular edges, so it's gonna read really clean and crisp.
We've got all 8 panels ready. I've glued on the foam in the back, and now I'll coat it with a 2-part resin, and then it'll be handed off to Rosalinda. She'll paint all the details and make all the panels come to life.
I am lining out Han Solo's poor body. It's a really sort of abstract. I've, paid more attention to the folds and details in the clothing than an actual body shape. I am ready to start cutting, chopping.
We're getting ready to do the hand cast. I've got these buckets filled up with the alginate mixed in with some fibers. You mix water with it and it gels in about 5 minutes. Quite strong. You can get a couple of casts out of a mold like this. We only need 1 good one out of each one. So we're going to do right and left hand at the same time. There we go. So that'll be our Han Solo hands. With the body sculpt complete, Shawnee will use a vinyl spackle paste to even out the surface texture. Then we'll apply a 2-part epoxy resin and hardener and create a protective coating. I got some photo reference work of our superfan. I'll add clay to a basic face cast and then sculpt it to make it look as close as possible to our superfan. With the sculpt complete, I'll make a plaster mother mold. And using that mold, I'll make a durable plastic version of our superfan's face using Smooth On's Smooth Cast 300. The plastic's cured. I think that came out pretty good. These are all the pieces that we need for Han Solo. I just have to get them cleaned up and marked, and then I can epoxy them down. Today I'm working on the handrails for the coffin. I'm using PVC pipe and plumbing connectors to mimic the design of a lightsaber handle. With the handrails attached, I'm applying a gray base coat to our coffin and coffin lid. Well, I finished spraying all the base coats. Now we're going over this and we're doing an alcohol wash. It's where you mix a little bit of paint with alcohol so it starts to really bring out the contrast in all the sculpt that you did.
I am using a dry brush technique to metallize Han Solo, bring him back to carbonite.
We're gonna put the trim on the coffin, and what we're using is vinyl chrome. To get the shine off of it, I'm using a steel wool pack, kind of buff it out, and you get the fun finish.
Shawnee's applying a clear gloss coat to seal and protect the paint. I'm getting ready to do the wiring for the side panel that monitors Han's vitals when he's in his carbonite. I'm soldering together some incandescent lights that I'll put in a little bunch, and then the LEDs, they're gonna fit right through these little holes so that it lights up every place that it does in the film. With the master panels drilled in, Shawnee will use an epoxy adhesive to attach the rest of the panels to the lid.
Today I'm going to be working on the lining for the Han Solo and carbonite coffin. I will be cutting this really nice Star Wars fabric we got in 2 strips and then attaching them together to make one long strip. And then with the aid of my ruffler foot, I will be pleating the fabric for the boys so that when they glue it into the coffin, it'll save them a few hot glue burns in time.
And now I'm gonna hot glue some of this ribbon around that and fold it over so we have a nice tight edge. And then I'm gonna hot glue that all the way around the outside. This is the lid to our carbonite coffin. We flipped it upside down. I'm gonna stretch some fabric on the back of it. That way, when they open it up, it still looks really good. And I'm gonna glue it on the edge and then staple it on. For the bottom of the coffin, we wanna use that as a coffee table. So I'm gonna cut a lid for it out of this plexiglass. I'm gonna trim out the sides, peel back the plastic, and it's ready to go on. This is all done, ready for delivery.
This episode of Super Fan Builds is part of Prank It Forward Week, and right now we're waiting for our superfan, Ray Choi, to arrive. He thinks he's coming here for a charity event, but in actuality, we're going to surprise him with a one-of-a-kind collectible.
Big Ray.
Hi, Ray.
What are you doing here?
Supposed to be doing the charity trip?
We have a big surprise for you today.
Oh, wow.
So, Ray, Corey has nominated you as one of the biggest Star Wars super fans there is. And your fellow Legion members tell us that you do a ton in the community and always go above and beyond, so we wanted to go above and beyond for you. Would you like to see what we have in store?
Sure, yeah.
Let's do it. Come on in.
Sure, I know most of these guys. This is awesome.
So there's so much Star Wars love everywhere. What would you say fuels your fire for Star Wars?
The charity stuff, the children's hospitals, when you see the kids light up, and even more the parents. We do marches and we raise awareness for different charities like cancer, MDA. It's universal. Everybody knows Star Wars.
Now, Corey, what would you say it is about Ray that made you feel like you needed to nominate him?
Aside from having 9 different costumes, an entire house filled with collectibles and things that Ray's built, Ray has a huge heart. And he mentioned a lot of great events, but I think after today, this will be his favorite event.
Well, since you're so good at giving to the community, we wanted to give to you. We got Tim Baker of Tim Baker Creations to make a one-of-a-kind Star Wars collectible just for you. Would you like to see it?
Yes, definitely.
We have built you your very own Han Solo carbonite coffin coffee table. What do you think?
This is amazing.
Now, this has a multi-purpose functionality to it as well. It can act as a coffee table for you, can act as a display piece in your home.
This is really cool.
So come on over here, Tim. Tell us a little bit about how you made this awesome piece.
Well, we started with a functioning coffin.
Yeah, I want to change my mind about being cremated.
I tried to make it look a little bit like you, and the rails are just done with lots of different pipe fittings, and then we use a lot of epoxy putty and things like that to make it look a little more lightsaber handle-ish, trying to keep it like a coffin and yet still have it look like Han's and carbonite. You can lay it down and use it as a coffee table just as it is. There's plenty of good space. We can also take the top off and hang it on a wall. Of course, the coffin opens up to reveal the lining, which is Star Wars printed fabric and little Star Wars pillow in there, and you can put some of your collectibles in there. Tried to get it as close to the actual piece as we could.
I may have to sleep in it one night.
You might.
So, Ray, we hope you're super excited as it is with this awesome collectible. But since this week we are teaming up with Prank It Forward, we've got one more thing for you.
There's more.
There's more. Yes, Anovos, maker of high-quality costume replicas, has something special just for you.
Wow, Anovos.
Yes, bring it on out. This is the Anovos Premier Han Solo Bespin Ensemble. It's a one-of-a-kind.
This is awesome.
You're now officially Ray Solo.
So what do you think of adding these 2 awesome pieces to your home?
These are gonna go great with my collection. This is awesome.
Guys, we have another satisfied super fan. If you have a super fan that you would like to nominate, you can do that by emailing us at superfanbuilds@break.com. And make sure that you go to break.com and check out the other Prank It Forward videos for some truly deserving people. Thanks for watching. We had so much fun joining in on Prank It Forward. Be sure to check out these other amazing Pranks for Good. The more views they get, the more money we can raise for charity.